Hey everybody, it's Shakira. Welcome back to I'm drinking tea and I'm in a hotel, but I want to make this video for you guys. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about my post-COVID experience. Also, I got a lip flip, which is Botox and 4 units, and so my top lip feels weird, like it's just weird talking. But anyways, in today's video, I want to do a post-COVID kind of like checkup. Um, if you have not seen my video on COVID, I will link that. I did have COVID back in September, and I recovered in 10 days. And I was really like, yes, I'm done, done with this. I was never worried about getting it right, but I got it. And I was like, damn, I got it. And so I had to sit my butt down for 10 days and deal with the effects of having it, or the symptoms rather. Once I recovered though, I thought I was going to be good. I didn't think that I would have to think about this thing anymore, but I have come to realize that I was very wrong. And so we're here today because I want to share with you all, like, if you are going through it right now, or if you have been experiencing some things, or whatever, you just want to learn more and are intrigued by how everybody is affected by this thing, then, thank you for being here, and I hope this video helps. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. So I had COVID back in September, and like I said, I recovered in 10 days, and I thought that I was going to be good to go until literally like 3 months after the infection. I was washing my hair, and half of my hair came out of my head, just like. Now, I wear wigs, regularly. If you are new to this channel, then yes, I like to wear wigs. I have natural hair, and I don't like to deal with it. I work out too much to deal with my natural hair, so I wear wigs. So, during my wash day, this was recently, this was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. I'm in the shower, minding my business, washing my hair, and it just starts coming out. It starts coming out. It's like clumps, you guys. Clumps of hair coming out of my head. And to the point where, like, first of all, obviously, I started breaking down, crying in the shower because I automatically went to, like, the worst. I was like, do I have cancer or something like that? But then I slowed down and thought about it. I know people that have had the shot that have experienced hair loss as well. So when I remembered that, I remember, well, you did have COVID. Maybe this is a symptom of having COVID, or, after effect, or long COVID, whatever they're calling it. And sure enough, when I started looking it up, lots of people losing lots of hair, and there is an actual term for this, which I will leave. I will have on the video. I also will leave some information in the what you call about. This is another symptom, like COVID brain is still here. In the description box, I will have a video and some information regarding the hair loss. So, lost a bunch of hair. According to the things that I have researched and looked at, the hair will grow back. And so that's cool. And when I was telling people about this as well, they're like, well, you wear wigs. If you're not going to wear your hair out, then what does it matter? The thing is, if you look at my older videos where I actually had my hair out on this channel, I have hair. I have always had hair. The purpose of me wearing wigs was so I don't have to damage my hair, because I don't want to I don't want to put heat on my hair, and I don't want to put relaxer. So I have hair, and I want to keep my hair, you know what I'm saying? So it coming out was really traumatic, and I no bald patches or anything like that, but definitely like 50% of my hair, almost 50%, maybe not so much, but a large percentage of my hair just came out. And so this is apparently due to the high stress of and the shock to the body. Like, I had a fever when I was dealing with COVID, and obviously it was a very highly stressful situation. I have read articles and watched videos of people that haven't even had the COVID infection that have still had hair loss just due to the overall stress of everything we've been going through for the past 2 years. So that is one of the most alarming post-COVID symptoms that I deal with. The second thing is the memory and the brain fog situation. Now, I have always had really good memory. Like I can remember everything. And right now, sometimes like I'll be mid sentence and I'll be like, what point was I trying to make? Like I started out making a point and I'll have to ask the person that I'm talking to, I forgot, or I'll have to say, I forgot what I was even talking about. What point was I trying to make? And then they remind me. That for me is super troubling because I'm too young to have memory problems. So that is something that I deal with, and just the dizziness to the COVID brain. So the COVID brain, I am associating that with the memory issues together. Like those are one and the same. But then the dizziness I experience sometimes, like I can be standing up. There's sometimes when I get up really quickly, I think that happens to a lot of people, and that's blood pressure related. When you get up too quickly, right, and you go like, whoa, whoa, like not enough oxygen has made its way to the brain to, like as you're trying to get up at the same time. So it causes that kind of like dizzy feeling, and I just hold on to something. And it doesn't happen that often. Usually when I'm working out and I know that I'm doing too much, sometimes that'll happen if I'm kneeling down and I get up. But this is like I will just be standing up somewhere, um, and I just feel like, I don't know, kind of like how you would feel in the pool and just I don't even know, or like you feel drunk or something like that. It's really hard to explain, but it's just like this weird dizzy feeling that I experience. So there's that. And then I thought that I was getting some nerve issues. Like last week, my toes, the whole my left leg, left foot, and toes up to my hip. I'm sorry, from my toes to up to my like mid butt. It was feeling so sensitive and tingly, like pins and needles. And I think that was associated with me just being in a very long car ride versus COVID. But I am going to be keeping a close eye on how my extremities feel, because I did look that up and a lot of people have been dealing with that as well. So that's kind of it in terms of residual symptoms that I've experienced. I did experience some chest discomfort in November, but that has since, I don't deal with that anymore. I think that was really closely related to the fact that I have recently recovered. So I got over COVID the end of September, and in November I was on the plane, so relatively soon after the infection. And you know how when you travel, just the air is different and stuff like that, and maybe my lungs were still trying to get it together. So because I feel like that was an isolated incident, I'm not associating that to recovering at this point. So I had in September, October, November, December, January. So we were 4 months post COVID recovery. So on to what I am doing to assist my body in repairing itself. So my channel, again, if you are new here, I started my channel because I was getting reoccurring bacterial and yeast infections, which really are debilitating for a woman. It's kind of along the lines, I will not say it's similar to ED, but anything closely related to your sexual organs, to where you cannot be intimate with your spouse or your partner, or when you just feel like if you dealt with that as a woman, like your scent is off. It's just not a good feeling. So I started the channel sharing my journey and sharing how I really healed myself from that. And so I'm trying to focus on the healing aspect of what I just went through. Because I will be honest, mentally, it's like when I realize I'm dealing with all this stuff, this is a new thing, and we are all, the people that have had it are recovering in their own different ways. It was scary for me to think that, is this going to be like, am I going to get worse, and so on and so forth. So it is important to think positive and to not be stressed out about what I've already been through, and everything else going on in the world. Because again, like I said earlier, some people have experienced symptoms like the hair loss, and they haven't even had the infection. So it is becoming very important to me, or become very important to me, to reestablish my yoga practice. As a yoga instructor, I used to teach a lot in person. Now that I'm not teaching in person at all, my own personal yoga practice has fallen to the wayside. And that was a huge um, stress stabilizer for me, or something to help remedy my stress of everyday life. And so obviously now everybody is always in high stress just because of the environment that we have found ourselves in, right? Um, so making sure I practice yoga in any type of um, calming practice, which practicing yoga or meditation is not always like a super intense class, right? It could be 5 minutes of mindful breathing and you're good to go. It helps to just repair our parasympathetic nervous system that is constantly in high gear right now. So there's that. And then there's also the food aspect of it. I'm passionate about nutrition and making sure that we are consuming things that are going to support our health and our healing. So I already regularly detox. I will be going into another detox for February. I will probably make this public and like lead it. I have led several detox challenges, but really at this point, I'm calling it lifestyle shifts, because nobody can afford to not be looking out for our health at this point. It's really important that we do things to prevent as well, and not react when we get sick. So for me, that means detoxing. That means making the best choices for my health, right? And just really dialing into, you know, not even 80/20, but 90/10 lifestyle. 90% eating healthy, 10% the little things meaning wine, those things that, provide me with some of the things that I love that are not so good, but most of the lifestyle is being led healthfully. The next thing that I'm doing is I am supplementing. I'm going back to my supplements. So I kind of got to a space where, um, supplementing was just here and there. Supplements for me also include tea. So herbal tea, I just ordered some oregano tea, which I forgot to bring with me on this trip, but I have lots of other herbal teas. And that is a part of my supplementing. I have supplements for neural health, and I'll link everything. I have fish oil. I have a detox, kind of like it's a supplement, but it's for individuals that drink alcohol. And I have read some things about the liver and COVID as well. And so I just feel like all of the organs of my body and anybody's body that had COVID probably were very, very freaking stressed out. And so my other organ that gets stressed out is going to be the liver, because I do drink wine, and probably more than I should, just being honest. So I am supplementing more than ever now, because at the end of the day, I do not want myself or anybody else to just kind of lay down to what has happened with their body while dealing with COVID. It is always going to be on us to make the best decisions for our health, to extend our life, right? And so luckily, while we're still able, we can supplement, we can use herbal teas, we can make sure our diet includes the least amount of processed foods and animal products, right? We want to be eating as healthy as we can, so that we can allow ourselves to replicate healthy cells with everything that we have going on. So yeah, that's everything that I'm doing right now. Oh, working out. So as soon as I felt like I had a teeny amount of strength from, like, after I was dealing with COVID, I started moving my body again. I really felt just like a bag of potatoes laying in my bed, not being able to do anything. Even on the days where I felt my weakest, I shuffled in the hallway because I wanted to move my body. Because moving the body is all obviously good for you, but at this point, because I'm thinking about my brain, and I've always loved HIIT workouts, but HIIT, high intensity interval training, is extremely beneficial for the brain because it shoots the blood to the brain because you are pushing the body so hard, and so that's going to be important for oxygenating the blood and re-energizing the body and circulating the blood. So oxygenating and circulating that blood to the brain and getting that brain active and helping to repair any damage that could have been done with the COVID infection. So I already loved my HIIT training, but I had slacked off, especially in 2020. I found myself like not at my peak in terms of how good I felt physically. So I was already working on that from the start of everything, and now I'm extremely dialed in on that because again, our brains are very important to every aspect of our lives. So I don't want to leave any stone unturned, if that makes sense. So the high intensity interval training part of it is very important for me to continue and to get on a better schedule. And I've done a really great job doing that. I'm really happy. As soon as I was done and like recovered and my energy was coming back, I was all over, getting back into my training routine as it was previous, before everything happened. So, with that being said, I think that I'm going to go ahead and end the video. But I did want to make sure I got everything out in terms of the things that I'm doing. And if you have any questions, if you have anything to add, if you have been dealing with post-COVID symptoms, let us know in the comments below. As I continue to recover from this, I will share more. And again, if you have any tips that have been helpful to you or to your family members, please let us know in the comment section. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.